Peace and elevation, family. The good thing about coming into a stronger self-love, consciousness, awareness in your own power of choice, the ability to focus, on what you want instead of what you don't want, is that you can begin to change your life anytime you decide that you really want to change your life, And it starts in the small things, the small personal things. It's all about self-mastery, self-control, It's all about spiritual growth and transformation. It's all about focusing your mind, to do the things, man, that you need to do, even when you don't want to do them, And when you do the things that you need to do, even though you don't want to do them, you begin to build up self-confidence, And a lot of times, man, people live every day and they strive to build up confidence in everybody else besides themselves. And then they get let down, man. And then they sink into a whirlpool, man, of frustration and bitterness, Then they start saying things like, oh, man, I got to cut this one off and I got to cut that one off, You don't got to cut no one off. All you have to do is commit yourself to self-assessment, figuring out why you are here, what skills, what gifts you were blessed with, figuring out what your inner urges are, your desires, the things that set your soul on fire, the things that you want to do, instead of trying to fit yourself into everybody else's flow, you follow your own inner urge to begin to commit yourself to your flow, to do the things that you want to do, of value, of personal value, And the best possible way, again, man, is to start with loving yourself, assessing who you are, who you want to be, committing yourself to taking those baby steps every day, Getting up in the morning, man, ahead of time, A lot of times we commit ourselves for showing up for everybody else. Jobs a lot of times that we don't want to work, relationships, intimate, partners, family members, children, neighbors and associates, man. A lot of times we show up for everybody else. And who gets lost in that flow? You. And the future you that you can manifest through that commitment, Stop showing up for everybody else, man, and leaving yourself hanging. Learn how to put yourself first, man. And when I say put yourself first, not in a reactionary way, but in a responsible way, Take those steps, man, to go to the gym, or whatever. Develop a fitness plan of your own. Stop associating yourself, man, with mindless TV watching everybody else, man, actors and entertainers and other people, man, who have committed themselves to living out their dreams. And while you're watching them, man, you're procrastinating. You're not feeding any personal energy, man, into your own self-development. And then you wonder why a lot of times, man, you're stuck in apathy and mediocrity, man. Commit yourself to moving the way you know you need to be moving. And then the distance between people and situations that you know are unproductive will begin to get larger and larger and larger. And it's not that you cut anybody off, it's just that you moved on. You know what I mean? And when you move on, trust and believe that you will begin to align yourself with the people that you really want to be in your life. The people who will appreciate you, who will value you, who will reciprocate, you know, the love that you have to offer to yourself first and then to the world at large. As you begin to move in that determined flow, in that determined direction to manifest your best you, the quality of your relationships will improve. Because you will attract others, you know, who are on that same vibration, who are on that same wavelength. You know what I mean? You just gotta have faith, man, and patience and commitment, again, to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? So having said that, man, I say peace and elevation. I know my voice sounds crazy right now. I'm kind of hoarse. You know what I mean? But let me say this to you before I leave this morning, man. A lot of the messages that I give, man, is, you know, my own personal reflections on the world at large, my reflections and assessments on my life up to this point, you know. So it's not something, man, that I have fully mastered yet, but it's something that I'm working on. So some people would call it selfish, but in me sharing, you know, my thoughts, I believe that I give anybody an opportunity, man, to join on in a positive way if they choose to. And if they don't choose to do so, man, then nobody can never say that I didn't share the best of me, man, with whoever was willing to partake. So having said that, I say peace, love, and elevation, man. Keep pushing, keep striving. It's Brother Mike X, signing off.